The Earth spins. It's a simple fact, but it's this rotation that gives us day and night, and it's what makes New Year's celebrations so unique. As the planet turns, the sun's first rays of a new year grace different parts of the world at different times. In 2025, the tiny island nations of Kiribati and Samoa will earn the bragging rights of ringing in the new year before anyone else. Kiribati, a scattering of coral atolls and reef islands near the equator, is where 2025 will officially begin. Samoa, just a short hop away, will join the party simultaneously. While most of us are still sipping our champagne or counting down the final seconds of 2024, these island nations will be welcoming a brand new year. But why Kiribati and Samoa? It all comes down to something called the International Date Line, an imaginary line that zigzags through the Pacific Ocean. This line marks the boundary between calendar days. Cross it heading east and you subtract a day. Travel west and you gain a day. Kiribati and Samoa sit just to the west of this line, giving them the earliest time zone on the planet. Within Kiribati, there's a place even more uniquely positioned to usher in the New Year Christmas Island. Despite its name, this coral atoll is about as far from a white Christmas as you can get. Think swaying palm trees, sparkling turquoise waters, and year-round sunshine. It's also one of the most remote places on Earth. Christmas Island holds the distinction of being in the UTC plus 14 time zone, the furthest ahead of Coordinated Universal Time. This means that when the clock strikes midnight on Christmas Island, it's still 10 a.m. on December 31st in London. Talk about a head start on the celebrations. Life on Christmas Island is a world away from the hustle and bustle of big city New Year's Eve celebrations. The island is known for its pristine environment, abundant marine life, and laid-back way of life. While fireworks light up the skies over Times Square and the London Eye, the people of Christmas Island might celebrate with traditional dancing, music, and feasts under a canopy of stars. Imagine experiencing the thrill of time travel, if only for a moment. While we haven't quite figured out how to zip through time, celebrating New Year's Eve in Kiribati or Samoa offers a tantalizing glimpse into the future. As the rest of the world counts down to midnight, you'll already be toasting to a brand new year, living several hours ahead of everyone else. The time difference between these island nations and places like New York and London is significant. When the clock strikes midnight in Kiribati and Samoa, it'll be 6 a.m. on December 31st in New York City. London will still be at 11 a.m., enjoying a late breakfast while the party is just getting started in the Pacific. This time, warp is a testament to the interconnectedness of our world and the arbitrary nature of time zones. It's a reminder that while we may celebrate the new year at different moments, the spirit of renewal and hope for the future is something we all share. Section 4. A celebration across the Pacific. Kiribati and Samoa aren't alone in their early New Year's Eve festivities. As the hours tick by, other nations join the party, each with their own unique traditions and celebrations. The Chatham Islands, part of New Zealand, are just a stone's throw from the International Date Line, situated at UTC plus 1345. This quirky time zone means they ring in the new year just 45 minutes after Kiribati and Samoa. Next up, the easternmost cities of Australia, including Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, welcome 2025 at UTC plus 11. Known for their iconic fireworks displays over Sydney Harbour Bridge and vibrant street parties, Australia's celebrations are a sight to behold. As the night progresses, the festive spirit spreads across the continent, reaching Perth on the western coast 3 hours later. Further north, Russia's far eastern regions of Chukotka and Kamchatka at UTC plus 12 join the festivities. Here, New Year's Eve is a family affair, with traditional meals, gift-giving, and celebrations centered around the warmth of home. From icy landscapes to tropical islands, the new year is welcomed with a diverse tapestry of customs and traditions. Section 5. From Kiwis to Koalas, welcoming 2025 Down Under. New Zealand, though geographically closer to the International Date Line than Australia, celebrates the new year an hour later due to its time zone. This means that while the Kiwis may not be the first to welcome 2025, their celebrations are no less enthusiastic. Auckland, New Zealand's largest city, bursts with life as fireworks illuminate the Sky Tower and the harbor comes alive with festivities. The Chatham Islands, with their unique time zone, offer a more secluded experience. Imagine watching the first sunrise of 2025 from the rugged cliffs, the vast Pacific Ocean stretching before you. A world away from the crowds and noise, it's a chance to connect with nature and reflect on the year gone by. Australia, with its diverse landscapes and vibrant cities, offers a variety of New Year's experiences. From beach parties in Queensland to outback celebrations under a canopy of stars, there's something for everyone. Whether you're dancing the night away in a Sydney club or camping under the Milky Way in Uluru, Australia's New Year's Eve celebrations are unforgettable. Section 6. Russia's Turn, a New Year's Eve Encore. As the New Year's wave sweeps across the globe, it washes over the vast expanse of Russia. From the bustling streets of Moscow to the remote villages of Siberia, the country erupts in celebration. For Russians, New Year's Eve is arguably a bigger holiday than Christmas, a time for family gatherings, delicious feasts, and the anticipation of Ded Moroz, the Russian equivalent of Santa Claus delivering gifts. The far eastern regions of Chukotka and Kamchatka, perched on the edge of the Bering Sea, are among the first in Russia to embrace 2025. Imagine the surreal experience of celebrating New Year's Eve twice, once at midnight local time, and again 11 or 12 hours later with friends and family in Moscow and St. Petersburg. While fireworks paint the skies over Red Square and the Hermitage Museum glows with festive lights, the celebrations in Chukotka and Kamchatka might revolve around traditional music, dancing, and storytelling. It's a reminder that even in the face of geographical distance and cultural differences, the spirit of the new year transcends borders. Section 7. The sun sets on 2025, a final farewell. As the world bids farewell to 2025, the last rays of sunlight grace the uninhabited islands of Baker and Howland. These tiny specks of land sit at UTC-12, the farthest behind Coordinated Universal Time. While most of the planet is already well into January 1st, 2026, Baker and Howland Island experience a final quiet sunset. It's a poignant reminder that time, like the setting sun, marches on.